Well, thank you for coming on our red carpet round table.
Oh, thank you guys so much for having us.
Yes, we appreciate it. We appreciate you. You appreciate us. We appreciate you. It's about giving back.
We appreciate it. Well, Candace, what attracted you to begin your acting career?
I'll tell you what it was. My mom was a graduate of USC and she was in the film school department. And so one day I was like cleaning a cabinet and I saw all these books and they were books on film from when she was in school. And I started opening up these books and I saw all these old black and white movies. And I was hooked from that moment. And I was like, this is what I want to do. And it was because my mom went to school and I saw her school books, and I must have been like in middle school when it happened.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Mhm.
So,
Ma-
Doug, I was, doing a little snooping around, and I would like to
Uh-oh.
say that you are a man of class, my friend. I
Oh, thank you.
love
I
all your
appreciate that.
different colored suit jackets, and I'm like, this is my guy right here. I
Ah,
love it. I mean, just the style that you have. Where did it come from? Was it just something that was naturally with you when you got in the business? Tell us about it.
I love fashion. I love clothes. And even before I got into the business, I was working in Atlantic City. I was dealing blackjack in the Playboy Hotel and Casino. And just from the clientele coming in and out, there's something about somebody that's well dressed, well put together. And I'm a fan of the classics. I mean, classics are not trends; they'll always be in style. So I just, yeah, French cuffs, little handkerchief. It's kind of
Yeah.
my style. I love it.
We were at a screening this week at Grauman's, and somebody came up and they were saying, "Oh, we thought that you were the studio exec because of the way he looks."
That's, I
Like,
mean, that's exactly what I'm talking about. It's like, I was looking through all the Getty images of Doug and yourself. I was like, this gentleman knows how to dress.
Oh, thank you. I
And,
appreciate that.
that
hmm
that stands out and is memorable in people's minds. It just sets you a different bar from a lot of people. I would just
Oh,
wanted to
thank
mention
you.
that.
You
Thank you
know,
very much.
I was going to say the same thing about Doug because the way you dress is, I'm going to say, like James Bond way with your glasses, your suit and everything. Uh, but in
I'd
the
love to
serious note,
play him if there's an opportunity. I'm just putting that out in the universe.
but in reality, the way you're like Daryl was saying, the way you're wearing your suit and everything, it's just there, it's standing out, and the way you dressed, I just want to say it's amazing.
Oh, thank you guys. I appreciate you.
that's true
And
though.
Candace, I would like to talk to you. You were a former model.
When I was, yeah, when I was younger and I was modeling and acting at the same time.
Okay, tell us a little bit about it. How did that help you transition from being on stage as a model into your now present self being in front of the camera and performing?
Oh, thanks, Joel. I was always doing it at the same time, so it wasn't really a transition. But when I was younger, I'm disappearing here,
You're
I know.
disappearing. There we
When I
go.
was younger,
Oh, there we go.
I was kind of short, but I always say, don't give up because I ended up for most of my career being with the Wilhelmina agency here in Los Angeles, and I was one of the short
Wow.
people
Wow.
there. But I always say, don't give up, and you could do it. Don't listen to what people say. And if they say you're too short, I just didn't listen and I just kept going. So you hear 100 million no's, and then you get that one yes. And so I think that's always really important to believe in that yes. Um,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely.
And I think in this industry on the whole, they're going to hear a lot of no's because there's always going to be somebody that's taller than you or, more attractive or skinnier or whatever. And you just have to keep going. Just let it roll off your back. Like,
hmm
they say water off a duck's back. That's the key to this industry is you've just got to keep believing in yourself and just get up in the morning and keep going. for sure.
I definitely see that in both of you. You both are you have such great positive energy between you two. And when I saw the photos of both of you, I was just like, definitely a power couple.
Oh, thank you. We always just say we're blessed every single day. You're challenged, you're stuck in traffic and here in LA. And he'll stop and he'll say, you know what? When I'm frustrated in traffic, he goes, we're blessed. He goes, we're blessed.
Amen.
We have to thank God. And
Yeah,
Very true.
thank God for every single day. Thank you, Lord, that we are here and that we are doing the job that you've allowed us to do. And life is full of challenges every day, but we're going to get through it, and we do.
Hmm.
yes. I
You
like
know,
that.
the one thing I want to go back, you said don't give up, and that's true. And it's telling everybody, all the younger actors and actresses out
Mhm.
there, especially if they're in a modeling agency as well. It's like, you're encouraging them, don't give up. It's tough. You're
Yeah,
gonna get a lot of rejections, but it's
absolutely.
also powerful to see they can look up to you and say, she made it this far. Candace made it this far, or Doug made it this far. I can get there as well eventually. And that was a powerful message. I appreciate you, telling everybody about that because passion, don't give up, keep going, keep fighting. That's the key thing I was really listening to when you were speaking about that earlier.
It
I
really
agree.
is. Yeah, because we always talk about today, the power of just today. All we're focusing in on is today, what auditions there are, what callbacks there are, what jobs there are. Don't even worry about tomorrow. Remember in the Beatitudes, it says, don't even worry about tomorrow because today has enough worries of its own.
Hmm.
I think that's really what we think and what we live our lives by, because life can be very stressful at times. So we just worry about today, and that's enough.
That's
That's
true.
plenty.
Mhm.
Candace, I want to go into this topic because I know you worked with her, and I'm saddened that she passed away. But with that, Betty White, um,
Yeah.
let's talk about that. How was it like working with her on set? Please go into details.
Sure. She was super nice. I worked with her downtown, and it was in the middle of the night shoot, and there she is, an older lady with all of the rest of us in the middle of the night downtown. And I sat right next to her. It was Vanessa Williams and I and Betty White, and I'd actually worked with Vanessa Williams before. And so she sat and chatted the whole time, and it was right around Thanksgiving. And she had told me that she outlived all of her relatives, but
Wow.
she had tremendous friends. And she told me all about her husband. His name was Alan Ludden, and he was a game show host. And
Really?
yes, game show host in the 70s. And
Wow.
she
Wow,
said
I
that,
didn't know this.
yeah, and she was saying that he was the love of her life, and that she still got to spend the holiday with great friends, and animals were important to her. We were talking about that because Doug and I love animals and have our pets and everything. So she was just a wonderful lady, and we spent the whole day together, a whole evening together, and she was very down to earth and charming and friendly, and full of energy.
And she probably still has that funny moments, the funny comedy with her still.
She's actually like somebody's grandma. She kind of reminded me of somebody's grandma. So, and she would hold on to my hand, when we were
Oh,
there, and was very warm. Yeah, so I was really lucky, because I loved what is it, Mary Tyler Moore show she was on, and it was just nice getting to actually meet the real person.
well, thank you for
That's
sharing that. I
amazing.
wanted to ask you that.
Doug, this question is for you. I know that it is tough being in the entertainment business, just being single, okay? With you having Candace by your side, does it help evolve or make it different with you two being in the same entertainment industry and propelling forward and pushing one another to be successful?
I think it's a wonderful question. I mean, it is so much easier. And once again, I'm going to go back to we're so blessed that having an understanding of the business. I mean, she's definitely my better half. We have a running joke. She's the organ grinder and I'm the monkey. So yeah, she's a smart one of the family. But it's just having the understanding and it's show business. It's a business, and you have to really have to treat it like a business if you're blessed enough to have longevity in this. So having a partner that truly understands the ins and the outs of it is pretty amazing. And I took a 25-year moratorium from being an actor. So stepping back into it, having Candace still being fresh and up to speed with how the industry is changing, it was a blessing. So
The industry has really changed in the last, I'd say, 20 years, and especially since COVID, because
Yes.
now, we've got all our auditions. Like you might know, Daryl, all the auditions, most of them are online, and
Mhm.
you have to learn how to become an editor. You have to edit your own auditions and send them back and be creative. And, you have to have all these other tools that we didn't have before. So it really helps to kind of keep up with everything. So in addition to just learning to be an actor and learning technique, you've got to also learn all this other stuff that comes with it now. But it's
what
awesome. It's fun.
which is wonderful too, because the more you understand this industry, so having any opportunity to work in this beautiful industry that we're all blessed to be part of, you want to take any opportunity you can because the more you learn, the more you have an understanding of what it takes. I
Mhm.
mean, look at the credit roll at the end of a movie. Hundreds and hundreds of people. It's not just one person. I mean, it truly everybody comes together, this creative force with a laser beam trying to create the most magical experience for everyone to watch and enjoy.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh,
The thing is, like, when I was looking you both up and just learning a little bit about each of you, you both kind of remind, well, me and my wife is similar to you, Candace and Doug, because she helps me with all my auditions and coming
Aw.
up with creative ideas for these auditions. And I'm spending the 5 hours trying to get it done correctly. I mean, then moving down to the 2 hours, finally getting it down.
Hmm.
She's just, it just reminds me of exactly how you two are. And Doug, you're exactly right. Having someone like that in your life when you're in this type of industry is truly a blessing.
Yes, because if somebody not coming from this background, it's let's face it, it's not for everybody. But the ones that it's for, it's the greatest thing that we could ever do. I wait
Yes.
for them to say, "Thank you, God, I get to go play and do this."
Yeah, we
So
thank God every day.
yeah, the understanding of how the machinations of it, how it works, it truly is amazing.
Yes, for
Yeah.
sure. I mean, that's one of the things that my wife and I do. Her name's Jamie, and we just always tell God just thank you, even for the days that we may not have gotten a call back, or
Mhm.
we didn't get the role, or whatever it may be, because there's still some good in that because you're learning. And
mhm.
It is.
Absolutely.
Very true.
Every opportunity is one step closer.
yeah,
And it's my running expression is, when do I get to pass go and collect $200 and move on? It's like, what do I need to learn to get me to be ready for that next step? Because, God doesn't give you anything you can't handle, but to be put in a situation that you're not ready for, that would be horrible.
Yeah.
yeah,
You know,
Yeah.
hundreds of eyes looking at you, you go, okay, come on, get it out of your mouth.
And I think we're just so like blessed today that even all of us, we're here and we get to do this. We're not,
yeah,
Very
people
true.
are not in this.
we
Sure.
thank God for everything. I every day when I get up in the morning, I thank God I actually get up in the morning and and breathe and enjoy life, and I know of myself, I'm not an actor, but but as myself there as my co-host, I'm thankful that, we're breathing, we're able to walk around, but even though like I've interviewed some actors in the past, but they always most of them say thankful and thank God that I got to
Mhm.
do this audition, and then we just move on, and it's true, like everyone is saying here, is just be thankful for a lot of things, and
Yeah,
you're right,
you gotta be
it's
in
tough.
gratitude. And
It's
my favorite, remember that movie Ratatouille with
Yeah.
the rat?
mhm.
It's gratitude. You got to be in gratitude.
It's so true because, like, even if you have an audition and it's a crappy audition, we still got to do it. We're still in this business. We still are
Mm-hmm.
live our dreams. We're still every day, our needs are taken care of, and
Mhm.
not, everybody gets the blessing of that. So we always express gratitude no matter how frustrating the day can be. We're very blessed. All of
Very
Absolutely.
us,
true.
you guys. Yeah.
So this is for both of you, who can answer this. What is your favorite genre, movie, TV show, you like to watch and like to be in?
Well, you go first. Do you want me to go?
I like every genre. I am getting a little tired of all the CG. I kind of getting back to, the old days where it's story driven, character
Mhm.
driven,
Yes, please.
makes
Hmm.
you feel. I mean, the CG is just, I mean, these big blockbuster movies, they're fun and great to watch, but it's just getting a little old. I mean, I think it's back to, story and people and you want to feel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Hmm.
where's the movies that would make you cry before it's even over? You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, look at Sylvester Stallone. I mean, you talk about a blessed career.
Yeah.
He is still going, and he's an amazing
Hmm.
actor. I mean, I remember watching Rocky in the movie theater. The next day, I'm drinking egg whites, and I want to go out and be Rocky. And being, an actor, a filmmaker, there's a responsibility
Hmm.
because
Hmm.
look how these movies change our society.
Mhm.
Truly, it's a huge influence. So to really start maybe directing it towards things that are a little more upbeat and positive, and maybe we can flip a switch in this beautiful creation that we're allowed to be part of.
Yeah.
Very true. Make people
Yeah,
happy, make people cry
yeah,
and
Hmm.
laugh.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
agree. It's just like things have changed so much over the years, and we, my wife and I, we are movie buffs, so we love going and watching movies, and we just come home, and sometimes it's just not the same as it used to be. I remember being that kid, after watching Rocky 10 times, bro, and I'd be in the
Yeah,
garage
yeah.
doing pull-ups. I'm like, or I'm over here reading about Herschel Walker doing push-ups all day
Oh,
long, and
yeah.
here I am doing push. I mean, those are the movies that compel you to want to do something with your life or feel
Hmm.
something, some
Yes.
type of energy to
Yeah.
do something great.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
Or you look at the old the Alamo movie, and compare it to the new one, it's a little different. I don't I kind of like the old one, with John Wayne in it. Because I don't know, I just like the kind of like the traditional film,
Mm-hmm.
compare the new remake. Nothing wrong with the new one. I just don't know. I just like the old picture, the old time. That's just to me.
It's the
Classics.
classics. Yeah.
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 Because the people that are watching, the younger generations, their attention span is so short.
Yeah.
Everything's quick cut. The one continuous staying on, two people forever. It just doesn't happen anymore. What's that movie that we love with Christopher Reeves. What's that?
Oh, Somewhere in Time. It's this
That's a
old,
beautiful
old
movie.
movie, and it's just very slow paced. And I just don't think they make movies like that anymore.
Yeah, because you're going on the journey with them.
Yeah, that's
And just
right.
like Doug said, so many people they don't want to be in that moment.
Hmm.
They want that five
Right.
minutes and they're off to the next thing,
TikTok
the
it, baby.
next thing.
Well, it's almost like they want to be preoccupied rather than experiencing that moment. You
Right.
know, because in order to experience that feeling in the moment, you have to have time for it to soak in and register. And instead, it's all just CGI now and, explosions and cars going through windows and all that kind of
Which
stuff.
is fun, but it's getting a little lopsided, I think.
Hmm.
I agree with Doug. The attention span, it's not as perfect as it used to be when you have little kids. Because I don't know how to describe it, but they don't like to sit there that long enough
Yeah.
anymore. But I also agree, like the explosion and all that stuff. It's kind of you when you watch a movie, for example. I don't know what movie I just saw recently, but it's like big boom explosion, and you're like, no way, that's so big, right? And then so it's kind of like, oh, okay, they put some stuff to make it. I do hear
Not
what
even
you're saying,
real.
Doug. It's maybe a little bit too
Mhm.
much.
Yeah,
Hmm.
but there was something to be said about doing all this stuff practical too. I mean, obviously it costs a lot more money, but there is something to really doing it
Yeah.
versus
Mhm.
having a computer generate it.
He, for over 20 years, he owned a set design shop here in Hollywood. It was 41
Mhm.
cents, where they built everything practical, right? You built everything practical?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, we've movies, TV, commercials, a little bit of
Wow.
everything. That was my 25-year moratorium,
Your hiatus from
my
acting.
hiatus from being an actor.
Hmm.
And I just stepped down 3 years ago, and now I'm going back to be an actor again. I like
There
it. I
you
miss it.
go.
Yeah, it's fun. Like you said, it's playtime.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Mhm.
So let's talk about, I know, you're both having some projects coming up. Let's just go one at a time. Doug, what do you have coming up that you can tell everyone about that you're excited about?
Well, I'm very excited. We we were here. I got to do two commercials, and they're for a big event that's coming up. That's all I can say. So I'm very excited to
I'm
see those.
excited
Okay.
too. Yeah, we can't say what
Okay.
it
Say what it
is,
is.
Is
but
Can't
it
wait to see it.
is it nationwide? Okay,
It's a
that's my
biggie.
sign. Thank you, sir.
It's a
Candace?
biggie.
we can't say. But it was he had great experiences doing these jobs, and that they will eventually come out. But he signed NDAs.
And the
That's
funny thing is, they were both going to be shot. Guy said this. They were both going to be shot on the same day.
Mhm.
And luckily, the one production was kind enough. Thank you if you ever watch this. Thank you. God bless you. They changed the date, the shooting date for me.
Because we thought, oh, they're going to recast, and they actually changed the whole production so he could do his part in it.
Wow.
Yeah.
There's a
that.
guy.
Yeah, yeah.
Amazing.
That doesn't happen very often.
No, no.
Yeah.
So
And you have some movies that you just
yeah, I have what do I have? I have Planet Quake that came out
on Amazon Prime.
Amazon Prime maybe 6 months ago. I got Alien Rubicon.
Mhm.
That's also on Amazon Prime. Shark Warning. Um, uh, The Lone Star Shark. What else did I do? Lonely Crime Fanatic on the Lifetime Network.
Mhm.
I just did a Western in Idaho.
But you signed an
I signed
NDA.
an NDA. I can't. Which beautiful story based on a true story of a young lady growing up. It was a lovely experience. So
First time we ever went to Idaho. That
yes,
was really
Idaho was
fun.
fun.
Everybody is super nice in Idaho. So yeah, we had a great time. Have you guys been to Idaho before?
I
No.
have not.
It's
The
really
It's just one of
pretty.
those places. Why
You'd never
potatoes? That's all I
think.
knew about
Yeah.
Idaho.
Yeah, the furthest
Everybody.
west I've been to is Albuquerque, New Mexico, and California, of course, and San Francisco and
Oh yeah,
Hawaii.
San Francisco's awesome. And you've never been to? Daryl, you never been to
I,
Idaho?
I have not.
No.
I think the furthest I have gone through Mexico to Creed, Colorado is
Hmm.
probably the furthest I've gone so far. But you know, I'm just a journeyman. I just want to get in a car and just drive somewhere and don't really care and get there and just not being in the moment where I am on a regular basis and
Sure.
just
Just get
spend some
Hmm.
away.
time
Yeah.
in that moment and then
Hmm.
come back and get back to work.
Hmm.
Yeah, but it's funny. There's studies that I'm one of those. I go down a rabbit hole. There's studies that say there's something in your DNA when you change the location, something is actually activated. Like I believe everything happens for a reason. Nothing happens by chance. So a lot of times it's taking that leap of faith and just going, I'm just going to go for it, and you know, something happens to you when you're there.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
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 true.
exactly how I feel when we go different places and it's not really planned. We go there and it's just that moment to just relax and not feel like we have anything that we have to
Yeah.
attend or do, and
Hmm.
just being in that moment with her and just living
Oh,
life.
Yeah,
yeah.
that's it.
Hmm. I want to say, Doug, you're right, because I like taking road trips. But, you know, when you go somewhere, I'm sorry, getting the rabbit hole with you as well. But when you take road trips, it's when you go somewhere else, I don't know, the atmosphere hits the wind, the atmosphere hits your body and
Yeah.
the soul. And it's like you feel different. You feel like I need to do that. I need to do that. And then it's like you don't realize it's like your happy universe hitting you. And that's what I love about it. It's like you're just in your happy moment.
Yeah, yeah. We Candace did a spot for Squarespace.
Mhm.
They flew her to Tbilisi, Georgia, and when they first said Georgia, we're like, oh, we're going to Georgia. No, it's Tbilisi, Georgia, next to Turkey and Armenia. And what a wonderful experience. I mean, we went to this castle where it was a fortress where King David walked on the same steps. I mean, it was just so steeped in history. It's a lovely experience. That's the beauty when I work, whatever we're doing, the other one's going with. So that's the beauty of it.
I like it when he works
I
because,
like it when you work, so I can
well,
just kick it.
I know, and I always say I can stay in my bathrobe when he works and just catch up on the computer. But when I work, then I have to go to work. So yeah, we're always excited for each other. Like I'm more excited for him when he books a job, and he's more excited for me when I book a job.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
absolutely.
the both of you are just absolutely great looking people, and
Oh.
your success is definitely contributed not just because of your talent, but your spirit as well. I sense that you both are very genuine, and I think that's very admirable to to sense that from you both.
Oh,
Oh, thank
likewise
you.
too.
That's a
I
lovely
I
compliment.
agree with Daryl. The energy, even though we're not there in person, I can tell the happiness, the encouragement, the positive energy from both of you. It's just absolutely amazing. So I just want
Mhm.
to say that too.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, for anybody listening that is wanting to be an actor or in the business, really, you cannot give yourself a time limit. A lot of people say, I'm going to give myself 4 years, and if I don't make it, I'm going to go back and wherever. But it's not like that. Deep down inside, if that is burning in your soul, in your gut, you
Hmm.
will find a way back around.
And you did.
And I'm a
Yeah.
living proof. I got to the point where, I worked as an actor through the 90s quite a bit. And I got burned out. I wasn't enjoying what I was doing anymore. And I threw my hands up in the air and I'm like, God, what can I give me something I can do that I'm good at? And I was building furniture as a hobby. And a friend of mine was working on a movie set. He's like, hey, you want to give me a hand? So I'm like, sure, why not? Did that, became a construction coordinator Man Show, Crank Anchors. I don't know if you guys are familiar with those shows. And from there, I decided I'm going to hang my own shingle and create 41 sets. I was 41 when I started. And, when you're young, you might have a lot of charisma. You can smile. There's a lot of people who look like you, but I lacked character in all honesty. And being able to go back and just kind of grow up and lick my wounds and figure out who the hell I was big difference for me coming back into it after 25 years.
Do you feel
Wow.
like that it changed you mentally as well? Like just where you were more motivated, more inspired because you've had that time away to really understand life a little bit better? What was it?
Yeah, I appreciate it a lot more now than I did before. And it, we all age and mature at different levels. I guess I still was growing and had to figure things out, and having 15 employees made me become kind of who I am. I was trying to swim. I having a business like that, and it was eh, it's production. Everything moves
Yep.
quickly, and you hope to God that you can deliver a product and still make some money and not crash and burn. So it was stressful, but it built character, man. That's really what it's about.
Well, like you said, you kind of had to grow up
Yeah,
because you were responsible for these people and their jobs.
Yeah.
So it kind of
yeah,
forced him to,
yeah. And you learn to put yourself in front of everybody else, and it's all about delivering, the best product that you can deliver, and you forget about the money. I mean, if I didn't like what I did, I'd redo it and I would just eat the cost because, it's me. It's my name's out there. So
Mhm.
it was
Yeah,
a
and
wonderful.
you're also doing that in the film industry as well. It's expected to a certain degree that you and Candace bring the best product of yourself to every audition, every set. And that's what's going to help you continue to stay busy and continue to be successful artist in a extremely hard industry for so many of us.
Yeah, it really is the quality of the person, as you said. You
Hmm.
want to be around like-minded people. You're with somebody for 15 hours a day for weeks on a time. You want to like those people. You want to enjoy their company. It becomes a little family, and it's always sad when it's over. You're just getting to know them. Like, ah, man, I'm going to miss you. So I look forward to, that's the fun. That's the beauty of it.
Mhm.
Oh,
But I
That's
always
true.
tell him, yeah, I always tell him it's not about you as an actor, it's about the client. So,
that's
and everybody's working together on this one big thing, pushing it all forward or up the hill together. And that's what he means, kind of it's a family. For the time that you're working together, you have one singular goal of getting something
The
complete. Yeah.
best thing possible.
Hmm.
Mhm.
It's really funny when we're auditioning, especially when I'm auditioning and I do it. I'm like, hey, what you think? She's like, oh, that sucks. You'll never get the job. I'm like, what do you mean it sucked? Funniest thing.
I'll tell him,
We're
but I'm
back and forth.
honest. Yeah. He goes, what do you think? He goes, I think I did pretty good. And I'll be like, not good enough to get a job. And he'll be like, what? And I go, but it's the truth. You
Every
want
once
the
in a while,
truth.
I get and I told you so. I got it anyway.
Yeah. But I mean, I'd rather critique on technique and him get it right than tell him something that he wants to hear. I'd rather say what I really think. I think that's important as an actor. You have to be able to
Absolutely.
take constructive criticism.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's
You
pretty
have to,
entertaining to watch, though.
yeah, because it's not about stroking the ego and saying how great you are. It's about, do you want to get the job?
Yes.
If you want to get the job, this is what you need to hear to adjust.
Very
You
true.
really need that. You really need that other voice, like in your case with your wife.
Hmm.
You need somebody else because we have tunnel vision. We only see it one way. And when someone says,
Hmm.
no, how about this? Oh, yeah, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
So it's so important to have that secondary input helping you kind of sculpt and mold the product.
And if somebody else
Absolutely.
is an actor, all the more because
Yeah.
they better understand the technique, and
Yep.
there's so many things that are technical that aren't acting per se, but dealing with a two-dimensional plane of being on camera as opposed to a three-dimensional.
Right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And so people miss that. And so another actor will be able to see it. Don't ever cross this over your face. You have to do things over here. You have to do things over here. And just small little things that if somebody's a seasoned actor or they're not.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
That sets the
Uh,
bar.
Hmm.
for
Yeah, because I
Candace
think,
and
yeah.
right. For Candace and Doug, is there anybody in your lifetime right now that has really impacted you, both of you, and your acting career so far?
Impacted the acting career.
Hmm.
Well, I would say, I had an on-camera teacher, Stuart K. Robinson, who I still think is in Los Angeles. And he was a great instructor for on camera because back in the day, we didn't do our own auditions and didn't see each other all the time on camera. And I think that he was very, very critical in a good way to help us see our best traits and see what we needed to work on. So I think that he was very instrumental. And then a lot of the casting directors that have helped me throughout the years that have said simple things, don't wear this, you need to do that. I remember soap opera, a casting director telling me every time you go into a soap, even though they're at home sitting there, they're glammed up like a soap opera. So if you're
Mm.
going in for a mom or a nurse or whatever, you still need to look like you're on a soap opera. Soap opera is not real, and you have to fit into the reality of that world. So, I mean, these people that have helped, our careers by just giving us little tidbits of advice, have always appreciated. And also, I think for actors, just be here for a long time because you really learn just by doing it. You got to get on the ground and get your
Yeah.
feet going and just do it.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I remember I lived in New York for 7 years before I came out to Los Angeles, and I read for Loving, Mark Teschner, who is now the casting director for
General
General
Hospital.
Hospital.
Yeah.
So I had the scene down, I did. He goes, that's great, Doug. I loved it. Now just do it completely different. And at that point in my life, I was like, what does he mean can do it completely different? Well, after that, I studied in New York. I kind of stopped auditioning for a while and studied. Then when I came out here, I also studied too. So really understanding your craft and remember, there's only one of you. There are no wrong choices. They're your choice, but as Candace said, you need to have the technique
Hmm.
of how to get that across because you don't want to be chewing the screen. You don't want to, they're the subtleties. If you think it and feel it, the camera will see it. So small for film and TV. I mean, stage is completely different, but you really just need to own who you are and believe. And if someone doesn't like you, it's just what, yeah, that's my choice. They don't like that color paint. I'll go try a different color.
But I also think that it's taken me a lifetime of being an actor to go small, to be real. It's taken a lifetime to become small, and it's taken a lifetime to stop acting. Acting is the real good acting is when you're not acting. It's taken a very long time to get to that point.
Hmm.
You know,
That
as an
is true.
actor, right? Yeah, it's
Yeah.
taken a really long time to get to that point.
Like I was just on set last weekend for 4 days, and when the director,
That's
thank you, when the director was like, "Hey, I need you to not just say the lines. I need you to be in this moment."
Yeah.
And see, to a lot of people, they can't comprehend that, you know, if they have not been in this, if they've
Well,
not,
Hmm.
yeah, casting directors know you can read. They don't need to see you read. They know
right.
you embody it. Yeah.
They want to see the experience between you and the other person.
Hmm.
And what do they feel when they see this happening? So,
It's not about
yeah.
the words.
that's exactly what it is. That's well said. It's certain chemicals don't react, much like with people. That's what chemistry is all about. Two people that have a chemistry, whatever they're doing, boy, there's little in between that
What is
makes you
it?
want to watch.
What is it again?
Yes.
Yes. 100%. Well, Candace and Doug, thank you for coming on
Thank
the
you,
Red
guys.
Carpet
Oh,
Roundtable
thanks so much for
Pleasure.
podcast.
having us.
It's been an honor. I love you guys.
Likewise.
Back at
I
you.
can't wait to have you back, both of you back on our
Oh, we'd love to come
podcast.
back and say
And,
hi.
like I said, keep up that suit, Doug.
I will, boy. I'm always in search of a new one, a different one. So
Don't worry,
actually,
Doug. I'm taking notes.
we found a place. It's over in Studio City. What's it called?
It's called Armani Wells, and it's run by Claudia Wells, who was in Back to the Future. She played Michael J.
Just
Fox's
Fox's girlfriend.
girlfriend in Back to the Future.
Wow.
Yeah, so she has a store, and
Amazing clothes.
it's by appointment only. So you got to call, make up an appointment. She's such a wonderful lady.
Yeah.
She's
Amazing.
super nice, and he gets a lot of his stuff from her. So there's a shout out to Claudia.
Claudia. Yeah.
Shout out to
Claudia.
Claudia. Never
Soon
know,
as
Doug.
incoming.
We may see you in the next James Bond movie.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
Your mouth to God's ears, man. I would love to play that. Yeah. Love to play him.
You could definitely do it.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
So before we go, I would just like to ask you both to say, for those who are going to be listening, tell them one thing, one note that they should know when getting in this industry that's really going to help them propel forward.
Do you want to go first?
You can go first.
I would say to know that it's a challenge, but it's a career of passion, and you will stay in it as long as you want to stay in it, and don't have anybody else tell you when to get out. You will leave it when you want to,
Mhm.
because this is really, it's a life. It's not just a job, it's a life, and that you really have to be so dedicated to it. And that's what we do. We just love it, and it's full of challenges, ups and downs. But if you accept that, there'll be some pretty great
Mhm.
experiences along
Yeah.
the way. That's all I can say. Just great. You never know what's going to happen.
Yeah. You're going to get a lot of no's, but it only takes one yes
To change your life.
to change your life. Believe in yourself.
Very
And
true.
just like anything, you got to work hard at it.
Mhm.
Consistency is the key to success. Just keep going after it. It is show business. Run it like a business. Get out and believe that you are the person that you want to be. And just get out and do it. Study, learn the craft.
And if you're super stressed in the moment, just stop and breathe.
Breathe.
It's okay.
Mhm.
Just breathe.
Just breathe.
Yeah.
You two are amazing. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. It was a
Likewise.
pleasure.
Amazing. Amazing. And I want to say that both of you said exactly what I would say. Be consistent and
Yeah.
keep going. Don't
Mhm.
stop. You're going to get a lot of no's, like Doug said, but you're
Mhm.
going to get that one yes. But like everything what Candace was saying, the truth as well. So, shout out to Candace and Doug. You guys gave good advice on that. But like I said, I want to go back to what you're saying, consistency and keep going and
It's just
keep
like
that faith
anything.
and
If
stop and breathe and
yeah,
go.
and you have to find out where you fit in. Where are you on that scale of what's going out there? If if you need to get in better shape, start working out, change your diet, just study, get in the class, and just keep putting yourself out there. All of a sudden, it becomes second nature. You don't think about it. You just can show up and act instead of going, oh my God, I got to concentrate, I got to work. Don't worry about the words, just get out there and be in the moment, and the rest, that's when the magic happens.
Yeah.
Very true.
By the way, you have a fantastic physique, Doug. I saw the gains. I mean.
Thank you for that little tidbit. I'll tell you what, it's harder as you get older. I didn't notice it from my 30s to my late 50s, didn't notice a difference. Once I hit 59, 60, 62, it's like, hey man, I'm getting a little middle under here. So that's going to make me work harder.
Yeah.
Because I want to be, I want to look a certain way. So
I still say he's a silver fox.
I'm a fat silver.
You're a fast older fox.
I'm in that same boat. I just turned 53, and I'm just like, wife's like, "You're coming." I'm like, "Yes, ma'am." On these
Yeah,
teenage roads,
I
on these abs.
got to keep it
Um,
up, man. That's the beauty of it. You hang in there long enough, man, all the competitions just they're gonna go by the wayside.
yep.
I guess Doug is right. I mean, I hate to say that.
Yeah, it's true. You say anything. You're the last one there, and it's like next. Okay, I'm coming.
Yep.
Right, right. Well, thank you for both of you for coming on, Doug and Candace. It's been an honor. We can't wait to have you back on our Red
Yeah.
Carpet
Oh,
Roundtable
thank you.
podcast, and we'll definitely stay in touch. And we're gonna look at all your projects.
Oh,
Perfect.
thank you
Thank you
guys so
guys. You
much.
guys are
We had
wonderful,
such a
man. It was a
wonderful
blast.
time.
Appreciate you.
So much fun.
Thank
Thank
you,
you
thank
so
you.
much.
Bye,
Thank you.
guys. Have a good night. Have a wonderful
Bye, good
holiday too.
night.
Thank you so
All
Bye.
right.
much. You
Bye,
Thank
guys.
too.
you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.